I'm going to show you something not so techy. So I have this LG TV here, and oh, that sucks. So you come home to find out that your kid threw a toy at the screen, but you didn't know that until you turn it on. And there it is. What? So you're probably thinking, what happened? Bunch of spider web or spider lines here. And the screen is not cracked. The outside is not cracked at all. Only the inside's cracked. But the inside is part of the outside, so technically this is a cracked LCD. So what do you do in this case? Let's see here. First off, you're going to want to turn it off, because it's pretty much useless at this point. Let me unplug this power. Next, you want to look at the back. You want to get this model number. So in this model number we have 32LN530B. Now let's check this out real quick. Alright, let's check out this model number here. We said 32LN530B. First, let's see what kind of TV it is here. Alright, so we're going to check out here the more information on this model number, 32LN530B. This is a 720 LED TV LG that goes for about $150 to $200 in parts. I mean, in the full. Let's go check out how much it is in parts here. So, one of the first things that I do whenever I'm about to scrap a TV is I type in the model number on there on eBay, and then I go down to the bottom left and I go to sold items. This will give me a good glimpse of what item sells and how much it's sold for and how frequent, basically. So I'm going to go to ended recently. We're going to check out a couple of things here. So we have a main board sold for $30, $9.46 shipping. That's about $39. We have a power supply board sold for about $26. A bunch of remotes, a bunch of cable cords here. Let's go down a little bit more. We have a T-Con board sold for $30, almost $30 here. Some cables, and the stand here was sold for $26. Sometimes selling stands that are that big, it's not really that advantageous because it might take up space and weight, which will cost more in shipping. But some of the other stands, like the chicken leg ones, the one that has two little stands, those are pretty good to sell. So we do know that right now that the main board, the power supply, the T-Con, and the stand, you know, hold some value here. So let's go ahead and go to stand here. And let's go to the lowest shipping. And right now, this one's $23 without the neck. If you buy the neck, it's going to come out to about $31. So that's not a bad deal. You know, you can make a good $20 profit off of there. Let's go to main board. Type in main. The cheapest main board here. This one's for parts only, $14.99. That's not good. The cheapest one is $31.99, so we could sell this one for about $30, $31 and make a good profit there. Shipping itself would be about $5 for this. You might be able to put it on even on the flat rate, which is like $7 or $8 box, the small one. And then let's go to power supply. Power supply, we have power cords. Okay, this first one here, it says unit discount. Let's click on it and see why there's discount there. Discounted for defect. Read description, photo in stock. Doesn't display defect. Be sure that blah 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 blah. Let's go to here. No, it's discounted for defect. Read description. Blah 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 blah. So somehow there's a defect here somewhere that we don't know. So those are the ones that you want to be kind of wary of. I usually don't like to list them next to these. So we'll go to the next one here. This one's $26. So we'll probably list it for $25 because it's in between. So $25, the thing's going to ship for the same price, almost $5. You're going to make another $20 there. And let's go to T-Con. T-Cons are not that they don't sell much. but it's a small item that you can ship for almost $3. So T-Con, it looks like it here to be $11, something like that. So it's not bad. So we got the T-Con mainboard. Looks like $25 for maybe the profit of the stand. Mainboard another $20. That's already what, $45. And then power supply another, let's just say another $20. So $45.65. And T-Con, I don't know, $5. So overall, you might be able to make $70 of this. Pretty easy. One of the things that the bigger TVs that do sell a lot is the LEDs. It's a little bit harder to take these LEDs apart, but some of them have a good value for them. And it looks like nobody's really taking it. Oh, here's one. LEDs, they took it apart here. So this LED sold for selling for $767 plus $550 shipping. Let me go to sold here. Let's go to recent. So here we go. We have somebody they bought strips for $31. Looks like it was 3 strips. So some TVs you'll be able to sell the strips, but this one sold in September 27th, so it was a while back. But it does look like they've been selling, you know, quite a bit here. So you might get a good chance of selling the LEDs. It just depends on the TV itself. But yeah, so it's not that hard to do this. It's just kind of takes a lot of time here. Basically, like I said, you want to look for the model number. You want to make sure that everything's working like as it should work. So right now I'm gonna take this bad boy apart, and we're gonna hopefully scrap every part here. One thing about the stands that I've noticed is that the stands will sell a lot better if you include the screws in them. Nobody really cares about the body of the screws, but the screws for the stand, it's kind of important here. You don't want to not have these, because if you don't have these, then basically the customer that you sell it to is going to have to go to the hardware store and buy these screws, which is going to cost them another $3 or $4 or $5, and then also the inconvenience of that too. So just keep that in mind. You can still sell without the screws, but somebody who has the screws is probably going to sell before yours. Let's see here. Some of these boards are a little bit bigger than usual, or not usual, but bigger than other boards. Especially when they're bigger TVs, they usually tend to have bigger boards, and you won't be able to ship first class. So your goal is to try to ship first class to get the most profit. If you do not ship first class, you're going to spend an extra $3, $4, $5 on priority mail. The good thing about priority mail is that it's usually quicker, and they usually take better care of the part. First class basically goes with, you know, all the smaller stuff. First class can only ship in 16 ounces. When you purchase the stamp on eBay, it'll only give you up to 16 ounces. If you purchase the stamp on the post office, the USPS, it'll only give you 13 ounces. So it's better to do it online. They also give a good discount when you do shipping, which is pretty good, you know. So we got here power board, we have main board, and then this one actually doesn't have a T-Con board, so we were incorrect about that T-Con board. Let me see if I can see here. Sorry. Alright, so we have power board and then main board, which is also a built-in T-Con board inside. Sometimes you can sell speakers, but I mean, I've only sold like 1 or 2 pair of speakers in the whole time I've done this. And then in order to get to the LEDs, you'd have to take all these little screws off over here. There's a bunch of little screws here. You gotta take the whole screen off, and sometimes it's a pain in the butt. But it's just really Depends on how much you want to take apart. When you do take pictures for eBay, you want to make sure you include these HDMI ports. Make sure that or any port, you want to make sure you list the condition of that. The power board, you know, basically want to make sure that the board is in good condition, is not, you know, water damage or anything crazy like that. So that's basically kind of one way to make your money back. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that you can just repair these TVs, when in reality you can't anymore. You basically have to scrap them because the screen costs more than the actual repair. Or I'm sorry, repairing the screen will cost you more than the actual set, the TV set. And that kind of sucks, but that's just how it works. And you know, once you sell it online, you're basically going to help out another technician on trying to get the parts to get another TV up and running. But yeah, anyway, so if you learned something, let me know. Thanks for watching my channel, and I'll see you guys until the next one. Laters.